Hey kids, welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, and it's a Sunday evening, so it's time for a little channel update. And yeah, it's loud in the background. It's a busy road. There's a Memorial Day coming up, so there's a lot of traffic going around through town right now. And that train in the background is going to drive me up the wall. But it's time for channel updates, news of the week, and all that jazz. And I've got to say two things. One, I have had a very busy bee of a week because several times this week, wasps and hornets have gotten into the garage, and it's freaking me out. There is nothing worse than sitting there minding your own business, sorting cards, and then a bee shows up out of goddamn nowhere. It is freaking awful. Because then you're standing there with a flip-flop in one hand and the bee spray in the other, hoping that the bee doesn't go towards your face as you're chasing it around the garage. And this has been going on and off now for a while. I think I might have even talked about this in last week's video, but there's a lot of hornets getting in here, and I'm probably going to have to set up a hornet trap if it continues, because it's getting crazy. What else have I been up to? Well, like usual, a lot of sorting, a lot of gaming. I'm almost through Kingdom Hearts 1. I've been playing through that again. That's been fun. You guys might have noticed I'm doing more recordings in different parts of the garage, different angles, just to show you guys a bit more of what I'm working with, what's going on here, and what I'm trying to go through in terms of my backlog of dead TCGs, both for showing off the channel and just getting around to acquiring. I talked about this briefly on the Discord server, but there's a long list of dead TCGs that I actually don't have. I don't have too many out-of-print TCGs on my shelves over there. I've got some that I'm really happy to have and I'm really excited to talk about. But there's others that I should have that I don't, that are like going to be kind of annoying to get a hold of. And I'm hoping that the... knocked the tripod there. I'm hoping that this channel monetization thing works out, because my number one plan with that is to use the YouTube AdSense, the ad revenue from YouTube. I'm hoping to use that to fund a lot of these older TCG projects. Since I have TCG player sales to fund the living card game stuff, my plan currently is to use just my ad payments to buy some of the older stuff that I kind of want to show off for you guys. Like Bionicle, I would love to do some... I would love to do a video on the Bionicle TCG, but a box of the Bionicle TCG is like $300 at the cheapest. And that's nuts. There's like 6 different Bionicle TCGs. You guys might not know this, but there's been a few of those throughout the years, and I used to have some of them. The original version, the Quest for the Masks of Power, or whatever it was called, used to have a bunch of those cards because they were actually in McDonald's menu meals, Happy Meals, way back in the day. And that's just something that used to happen. Nowadays, it's all plushies and stickers and crap. But back in the day, like McDonald's Happy Meals used to have like real toys and all kinds of shit. They had Pokemon, they had Bionicles, they had Neopets, I think. They had all kinds of crap, and it was nuts. And you just, and then, like I said, a while back, you guys might have caught on, but I actually turned off payments for my Patreon for this month. I was not producing any content for the Lore Seeker channel this month. In fact, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was taking a bit of a brain break from the Magic Lore because I had reached such a negative point in regards to the Magic Lore in terms of how I was approaching it and how I was feeling towards WotC, that I just didn't feel like I could have any kind of positive approach to it. And I knew that it was coming through in my videos. More and more of my videos were angry, shitposty. I've been coming up with and canceling so many videos, so I just kind of stopped it. And I was like, I don't want to charge the patrons for something that I'm not actively working on, especially if it's just something I'm going to be angry about. But this time away from it has given me some time to think about the kind of content I would have put on there. And I've been thinking about, the kind of content I enjoy doing now is, when it comes to the Frank channel, I just like talking about whatever floats my boat. And I'm not going to have 2 channels where I do that. Obviously, the Lore Seeker channel is going to be more scripted dialogue and such. But I'm thinking of, rather than, doing what I've been doing on that channel for 5 years, where I explain a topic or discuss a character's history or discuss a term, I think I'm going to do just more of the casual fan stuff, where I go, who would win in a fight? Urza or a coughing child? Just more of that random fan nonsense that I think, it's not quite the content the channel started off on, but neither were angry screaming at WotC videos or shit posts. I might give that a try and see how it goes. I don't want to close down the Lore Seeker channel. I've had a lot of fun on it, but I'm going to see what this angle takes me and if it'll revitalize my energy. I'd like to sit there and say, like at the start of this year, I said I was going to read through books, the older books, and I am reading through the older books. But let me tell you, writing a book report about it, especially when so many of my thoughts in regards to it are, why can't WotC do this these days? It's something. It's something. And I don't know. You guys might have noticed, either today or tomorrow, I'm putting up a video talking about the graded cards. Just graded cards in general. Answering the graded card question. I want to do a follow-up video for the one I posted the other day, talking about Young Jedi. That's in the works. At some point I will sit down and have a discussion about that. And I also just want to talk about more old products that I enjoyed. There was definitely some positivity towards the .hack stuff over on the Discord, so that's probably the next dead TCG I'm talking about after I cover Star Wars Young Jedi in its fullest. But I also, there's a lot coming up. June is going to be, as I've said before, June's going to be a very busy month for me. Because there's 3 big releases. I'm hoping. Fat fingers crossed as best as I can. I'm hoping to get at least 1 or 2 boxes of Final Fantasy Collector Booster. Because if I can get them for the price I'm hoping to get them for, I'll be a very happy man. Let's just say that. I'll be a very happy dude. Happiest of the campers. But there's also stuff that I'm pretty sure is locked in, like Flesh and Blood I'm super excited for. High Seas looks like it's going to be an absolute home run, slam dunk of a set. Looking forward to getting as much of that as I can. I'm looking forward to getting as many of those treasure boosters as I can. And I don't think I'm going to pull, the signed alpha Heart of Findle or anything, but, you're looking for treasures. It's a powerful motivator. Get too excited. And I'm not sure if I'm going to just crack those as I go, or if I'm just going to get all the packs I can get and just crack them all in one video and see what I can pull. But I'll decide when I get there, The Gravy Bones deck is coming out shortly too, and I'm going to try to get as much of that as I can. Because we haven't talked a whole lot about the secondary market of Flesh and Blood. We haven't talked about that in a while. In fact, that might be a video I make tomorrow, because I already have today's video recorded. Tomorrow I might make a video talking about the secondary market of Flesh and Blood in regards to those armory decks, because some of those armory decks are doing nuts. Has anyone looked at the KO deck in the last 2 or 3 weeks? Because it's approaching $200. In fact, by the time I've recorded this, it might be at 200 or more. It's crazy to me that KO could be that much. Nuts. And I want to ask the question of, are armory decks something that LSS can or will reprint? How easy would that be? Is it on the table for them? I feel like those are valid questions. But overall, I just want to say it's been a busy week, and I have some more stuff coming up in the next week that I hope you guys are going to enjoy. I do genuinely hope you guys enjoy my content and don't just tune in and tune out. I want to talk some more about Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. Not bemoaning the current Yu-Gi-Oh! Market. There's some old Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff I want to talk about. I want to pick up the Early Days collection and just do I want to play through all those old games. I won't do that for the channel because I still have no idea how to record anything for consoles. I have no idea how to record Switch gameplay. I'm tech illiterate. Okay, if you guys asked me how to work with anything more complicated than this here handheld radio, I'd have no idea how to help you. I am, as the kids say, the Oonga Boonga Monkey Man. But yeah, fun week, some good stuff coming. Hope you guys like what's coming up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.